Hi, my name is PeteKane. I'm a podcaster and a high performance coach. And I just had the pleasure of reading pretty quickly. Like, I don't read books that fast, but I read a book that I want to share with you. It's called The Flip Side of Despair by Nancy Langevin. Nancy's out of Miami. Nancy's a high performance coach. She's an elite gymnast, Olympic gymnast, and how her international elite gymnast conquered a brain aneurysm, a broken back, and a heartbreak. And I'm telling you, this book will do three things. It will inspire you, it will motivate you, and it'll drive you to improve no matter what the circumstances. We're part of Brenda Bouchard's high performance coaching. That's where I met Nancy. I had her on my podcast. She came out with the book. I ordered it right away and I couldn't put it down. It's inspiring. We all need inspiration. We all need motivation. We all need to improve no matter what the circumstances. And as Nancy talked about in her journey, it was personal, but yet I found myself in the story. I found myself can't wait to keep reading. I couldn't put it down. And that's the kind of book, the kind of journey, the kind of inspiration we need. Because no matter what your life is like, you can't avoid adversity. You got to lean into it. It's got to provide you with lessons. And that's what Nancy talks about. The lessons after each chapter goes into a challenging question or two to get you to think, to not only read it, but activate it. Because we talk about the four human drivers, aliveness. This is a lady that practices it every day. You can see it in her journey. You can see it in when she was on my podcast. Just the excitement and the desire to use her past, to use her journey to inspire others. We never like a storm when we're in the middle of it. But when we get on the other side of that storm is when we look back and we see the lessons that God taught us. We see the growth that we were able to have. Because it is a choice. We could be bitter or better. Nancy chose to be better. And when you see the journey of an aneurysm, broken back, heartbreak, you see how she worked through it, praying, learning, being around people. Because aliveness, as we talk about, is that connection. Because if you connect with people, and that's the second driver, you really are present. You're not just on autopilot, which sometimes we fall into, consuming other people's life instead of living our life. Nancy is a perfect example of somebody that's living her life. And when you read her story, you're able to see a person who lived through very trying, tough times. But each time she shares with you the lessons that she learned. Was it tough? Oh, yeah. You don't break your back and have an aneurysm and go through a heartbreak and not go through tough times. But she chose to be better. She chose that meaningful purpose. She chose to serve. She chose to make a difference in people's lives. When you do that, that purpose becomes so clear on what you want to do because it's not about you, it's bigger than that. And that's why these 4 human drivers work so well with Nancy's book. The last thing, personal growth. If we're not growing, we're dying. The average person after they retire dies 2 days, 2 years, because they stop growing. They lack a vision, a purpose. They lose their connections with people they work with. Then that aliveness starts to shrink. And you want to grow. You want to grow. We talk about being on the busy bus. And if we're stuck consuming and we're stuck on that busy bus, not having time to really connect, to grow, to think about your purpose, think about what are you here for? We're here a short period. I just attended my 50th high school reunion. 50 years. Haven't seen people in 50 years. So life does go fast. So if you're not living it with aliveness, connecting with people, being present with people, 50 years can go like that. And you want to enjoy every day. When I had my stroke, my life changed. I had 49 days to think. And then months after that to think. And when you get off that bus of busyness and you start thinking about your future, that's what Nancy does. She gets you to think. She inspires you with her journey. She motivates you. And we all are going to go through it. It's not if, it's when. But as Brenda Bouchard always says, honor the struggle. You can do whatever you want. You have a choice. But if you lean in and honor it, and you pray, and you let faith grow, and fear becomes smaller, then courage comes after faith. You become a different person. And that's why when you read Nancy's book, you can feel the fear at the time. But when she leaned into her faith, and she leaned into really praying through and being mindful of what God was trying to teach her, speak to her, then you're able to get that courage muscle to grow. And that courage muscle can grow if the fear shrinks. And that's what Nancy will help you to read her story, to get her book, and get a book for a friend. Because I want to encourage you, go to Amazon. The name of the book is The Flip Side of Despair. Here we go. Oops. No, here we go. Flip Side of Despair. You order her book, then send me a support ticket at support@PeteKane.me. I'll send you my free course, Mindset, Goals, and Habits. Because our mindset is what we have a choice to work on. If we allow ourselves to fall into despair, we're not working on improving, growing, learning. We allow that tragedy to turn into bitterness. Well, that's not the route you want to take. You want to get better. And so when you read Nancy's book and you realize her journey, you get inspired by it. We all have to be inspired. It doesn't just fall out of the air and hit us in the head. We're not just motivated by just showing up. it's intentional. And Nancy's journey was intentional about her path as an elite Olympic gymnastics. To achieve the level she's achieved, and you got to read the book to see her and feel her journey. And if you're like me, you won't put it down. And being dyslexic, I'm not the fastest reader, but when you're interested, and I was, and I'm ADD, but ADD people have super focus if you give them something they're interested in. And I got it late Friday. I was finished by early Tuesday morning. Just about finished it Monday, but I had one more chapter, a little less than one more chapter. And I just said, okay, I'm going to read a chapter a day. But I read more than that because I couldn't put it down. So get 2 books. Get one for yourself and give one to your friend. Give one to your friend. And if you're not sure, send this video to them so they can get a better understanding. There's hundreds of thousands of books out there. And you can choose. There's a lot of good ones too. I read. You can see on the back there, High Performance Habits by Brendan Bouchard. You can see a bunch of them. I always read. But this one will inspire you, will motivate you, and will help you through any difficult time by understanding growth, personal growth. All right. So thank you so much. Order Nancy's book today. Go on Amazon. The Flip Side of Despair. And Nancy will change your world with a wonderful story. Nancy, congratulations on a fantastic book. I'll be recommending it wherever I go to people to be inspired, to be motivated, and to get through those heartaches, which is part of life. All right. Thank you so much. Share this with a friend. Let people know about Nancy's book.